Hey, fifth grade. Today we are going to be experimenting with some chemical changes, and we're going to start here with baking soda and vinegar. Some of these experiments you can repeat at home, but I would definitely advise you to do it with your parents in case there's like little siblings around, or one of them could be a little dangerous if you are not being supervised and doing it properly. So I'm going to start by pouring out some of the baking soda and then getting something to distribute the white vinegar onto it slowly. Okay, so I had this medicine dropper thing actually from when I had to give Butternut, my lizard, some medication laying around, so I thought that would be perfect to use for this. I have the baking soda here. You can see that it's like a white powder. It's dry. And then I have the vinegar in the syringe, which is just a clear liquid. And let's see what happens when we combine them. All right, so you can see that they definitely react, and there's a couple things that tell me it's a chemical change. One, gas is produced, so you can see all the bubbles that came up. Two, the vinegar is gone, and this is kind of like, looks very different now. It's not a dry powder anymore. It's like completely absorbed maybe, but I know it's actually a chemical reaction because the bubbles that were produced, and there's a literal reaction once the chemicals combine. All right, for our second experiment, I'm actually going to burn this piece of paper. And I put it on foil because I don't want it to like blow around and burn anything in my actual house. So I'm going to light it on fire and then we can talk about what it is. This is just a regular piece of computer paper, so it's white, and we'll see how it reacts to the fire. Okay, so I'm going to set it on fire with my little fireplace lighter. And you can see that as the fire moves through the paper, I can smell that smoke is being produced. So I know that that indicates a chemical change. I can also see that the color is changing. The paper is changing from white to like gray and black, and the fire's kind of burning out here. But also, once it's done, we're gonna see that the material has completely changed. The substance has changed. So it's no longer going to be like paper. It's like ash. And that's a very strong smoky smell. Ugh. So those things all tell me that it's a chemical change. And you can see the original paper, the part that didn't burn still kind of looks white, and then the part that burned has changed in color. And then here we see it's like a completely new substance. It's like a very soft ash. So those things tell us that it's a chemical change, the changes in the properties of the substance. All right, fifth grade, for our next experiment, we're gonna be doing the classic Diet Coke and Mentos chemical change experiment. Or investigation, I should say. So I'm going to put the Mentos in something where they can easily drop into the Diet Coke without taking too much time because the reaction is super fast. And I'm gonna go ahead and record the reaction. Okay, so guys, that was clearly a chemical change because it produced gas. The foam like shot up in an explosion, and you can see that most of the Diet Coke is completely gone. And it does kind of look like there's still Mentos in the bottom, but what the reaction is the outer candy shell on the Mentos, and then the interior is a slightly different composition, or like a different substance, and that's what you see in the bottle still. So just to review, we know a chemical change has occurred when something new is created or produced, and that can include gas, smoke, a new color or change in color, a completely new substance, a smell, light or heat, and then decomposition. Also, think about when leaves decompose or a dead body decomposes, like an animal in the forest. it creates a new substance. Something important to also remember is that these changes cannot be reversed.